Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. Tonight's nightcap, there's some viewer mail comes in, one or two bits and pieces. I want to share that. I haven't spent a great lot of time in the workshop this week. I've been a little bit sort of under the weather, but hopefully I'll be all mended for next week. I'm going to show some more of the Hawker steam engine restoration job. This seems to be very popular. Next weekend I'm going to the classic car show at the SNNC at Birmingham. My friend Rob from Extreme Plasma has taken us down, so I'll be on his stand. I'll also be floating about the Artex stand. If you're down there and you see us, please come, say hello and shake my hand. It really would be great to meet you. The engine's starting to come together now. I'm going to start assembling the motion. There's a guide bar that goes in there, that'll be the first part that goes on. And there's a crosshead guide that goes from there onto that guide bar. I have had the engine running, but when I come to strip it, nothing was tight. All these bolts and fasteners were slack, so things were moving around. So I need to make sure things are all running parallel. I can't change that. That shaft there is fixed, that's the piston rod, and that's fixed. I can't move that, but the guide here, I can make shims to adjust it if I need to. So I'm going to clean it up, put it on, do some measurements between the piston rod and the guide, and see what we're going to do about making it fit together. This is the crosshead guide bar. I've had to go a little with a file, doing some draw file, and it's quite badly pitted. Now I could make a new one. I could get these ones ground perfectly flat, but I don't want to do that. I want to try and keep it as original as possible. I'll never be able to file all that out, but we'll be able to get a lot of the marks out. I have spent quite a bit of time on this already, and that's perfectly acceptable. In fact, that pit in there where the rusting is, it'll actually benefit it because it will help to hold a little bit of oil. And for something that's probably 100-year-old, that's quite respectable. And I did that side as well. So. I'm going to bolt this part on first. You can see where it's been, there's a mark there where that's been. And you can see the two holes aren't even in line. It goes onto a stud up there. And then there's two quarter-ounce bolts going there. And they are quite a good fit, so that one's actually rounded off, the head's rounded off. We'll have to make a new bolt for there. Right, so that's tightened up. We need to measure the gap between the piston rod and that guide. We'll measure it at the bottom first. I'll use a snap gauge to measure it. Right, snap gauge goes into there. Right, into the top. Right, so it's tighter at the top than it is at the bottom. So this wants to come this way a little bit. And put a feeler gauge in there and we'll be able to get a direct measurement. That's a 15 thou gauge. So we'll find a little bit of brush shim, and so we can put a spacer in there. There's actually a gap in there. Right, so I'll make a brush shim to go on there. I've cut some thin brush shim stock, 2 of them in there. We'll put it together again and have another measure. It's basically a trial and error sort of thing to get it right. But if this bit's not right, it's a waste of time trying to set anything else up. There must be a better way of doing this. Going with a micrometer from there to there would be easier. Probably would be. I'm going to try a vernier first just to get some sort of rough idea. I get 61.8 there. 61.63. So it's wider. 61.89, 61.56, so it's wider at the bottom than it is at the top. These little wad punches are ideal for cutting this thin brush shim. A nice clean cut. And then just the wife's kitchen scissors. We'll measure it again. Zero the vernier. Where I'm getting the same size top and bottom. It's all within 1/10 of a mil, which is accurate enough for what it's got to do. So basically now I know that bar there is running parallel with the crosshead. Next is to clean up the crosshead support or the crosshead guide and then try that on. I spent a bit of time cleaning this up, just using a wire wheel on a grinder and a little bit of elbow grease. So basically that goes on there, that way up. And it's got special little dowel nuts that line things up. I just want to see what sort of fit this is on the actual guide itself. It needs to be a decent sliding fit. Just take side thrust like in that direction, that's the way it works. That's reasonable. It has got clearance. We do need clearance. It hasn't got a lot of clearance, but it's got enough. So at least that part there is going to be alright. To reduce the clearance I would need to take a little bit out of there. But I'm happy with that. By the time we get some thick oil in, it's going to be fine. quite a nicely made part. You see, it's got a little lead on there. That's for the oil to lie on, or oil to lie in. You can see all the nuts where I put them. Nuts on machine, like a little bit like a dowel. That fits into there. That's what lines it all up, quite nicely made. Original file marks on there. One of the nicer parts of the engine. Right, so that goes through there like that. And there's a washer and a 3/8 BSF nut on the other end. We'll leave that slack until we get the guide assembled. Right. You can see there's a gap down the back of there, so it obviously wants some washers putting in. That's the thickness that we'll need. If we measure that at the bottom and at the top, it should be the same because that's what we've been adjusting. It certainly looks the same. Right, we'll go for the middle. Measure the gap in there because that's where the shims are going to go in there. It's 25 thou. 35. So we want clearance, but we don't want a vast amount of clearance. Right, that takes it all off. And that is 25, that's 40 thou, which is about a millimetre. Yeah, 1.1. So you want a 1 milli spacer in there. I think what I'll do, I'll cut some round shims out the shim stock and try them in there. Right, I've cut some brass shims, that's them there, and they're just on a millimetre thick. There was 4. So we'll try it back together again. Right, we've got the brass shims in, tighten the nut up. And there's still clearance between there, too much clearance. We'll measure that. That's 25. So we need more shims putting in there. .25 at the bottom. Same at the top. So we're checking that those are parallel. I'll make some more shims up, put them in there, and then we'll try it again. Right, now we've got 10 thou clearance, which is pretty good, I would think. We'll try it together now and see what happens. And once this is set up, that's it, it'll run for basically ever without it being adjusted again, as long as it's lubricated properly. A really tight fit on those dowel nuts. Oh, John, man. Right. Tighten those up and see what sort of result I've got now. Right, that's locking up, which means it needs more spacers putting in, because we've got a gap there and there's no gap there. As soon as you loosen them off, they're nice and free, and that is a good fit on there. So I'm going to put some more spacers in, probably just one more, and not take a great lot. Right, everything's tightened up solid now, and it's nice, it's gripping just nicely. Quite happy with that. Right, so that's going to run in very nicely. It's got clearance on it. See the clearance there? It's actually better at the bottom than it is at the top, but I'm going to live with that. This package turned up at work last week. I've had a quick look. I'm not quite sure what it is in there. I think it's all taps. 3/4 16 there, UNF machine taps. These are all brand new world stock. 3/8 UNF. I obviously won't use all these, but they'll be shared out between the lads who I work with, who do this restoration jobs on old quarter NF. These are good because they're all high quality machine taps. So they'll be getting shared out, they won't just lie in a drawer forever. More 5/16 this time. If anybody needs 5/16, 3/8 or whatever I find in here, all you've got to do is basically send an email, and for postage I'll be able to sort you out with one or two taps. Like I say, I'm never ever going to use all these. .7/16 say UNC. This is all good stuff. .5/8, but they're all machine taps, so they'll all work really well. .5/16, excellent. I'll get them all put away in their respective drawers where they go. Thanks very much for sending them in. I do appreciate it, and they will get used. The fireworks going up outside. Not a war zone, it's just a little housing estate in Newcastle. Once again, it's just time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do, it is important. Anyway, thanks for watching.